Hey, what's up? This month's infield is a very, very interesting set, and one I'm actually really, really excited to bring to you. This is actually the first set I was ever recorded infield, like ever. It's from 2008, I believe. And it shows my game very, very clearly in a stage where it was a little less polished and refined than it is now. It was actually when I had taken a break from full-time coaching and I was actually playing poker for a living. And so you can see all the technical elements, you can see all the game there, but at the same time, it's not quite as smooth. It's a little bit more in a developmental stage, and yet it's all very, very good. So it gives a really good insight into my game. Also, this girl was interesting in terms of she gave a lot of shit tests and a particular type of shit test, a particular type of vibe, and brought up a lot of, or the set itself brings up a lot of the issues that you face over and over again when it comes to pulling. So it's a very, very sort of like textbook how to pull, great example of all that. So again, I'm really excited to bring it to you. Let's crack into it.
Okay, so this is like the main difference between New York and San Francisco. New York is a man's world and San Francisco is a woman's world. So right now you are in my world. Welcome to it.
Hi. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the world. And it's a scary, scary place.
That's not my name.
Huh?
That's not my name.
You're full of shit.
No, I'm not. You're full of shit.
You're full of shit.
My name's
Are you serious? I seriously swear to God you said, oh, you're right. It is actually. Meredith, you're right. We're in the world. I apologize. Hates me. I remember it now because, like, you know the funny thing about that?
what I would love to know.
Is that innocent name and like mildly scandalous name? And so I think I projected your personality onto your name.
I semi-hate you right now.
That's okay. I hated you before and you hated me before that. We've had a lot of hate in our relationship. The two of us.
I'm very mad right now.
You're very mad right now?
Yes.
Aw, baby.
Well,
sorry.
most of my boyfriends know my name.
Right?
Most of my boyfriends know my name.
I'm working hard on it.
I can tell.
One day. So here you see, I've been in set. I was actually winging someone else in the set for a little bit. And then it's going relatively well, and then I mess up her name, right? And she obviously gets offended by it. And this is a massive, not massive, but it's a breach of trust, right? It's a breach of trust. It makes her feel less comfortable. It gives her a lot of room to object, whatever. But notice how strong my frame is. First of all, I tell her she's full of shit on her own name. Right? I'm not falling into her frame. I'm not getting super defensive. I'm very much everything's fine. It's not a big deal. Whatever I did was fine. It was right, etc. But then also I am understanding and apologetic. And this is how you pass what we call the comfort shit test, right? The comfort shit test is where, look, you need value and comfort to sleep with a girl, right? So sometimes she'll test you to see if you're high value enough. Sometimes she'll test you for comfort to see if you're genuine enough or if you care or if it's special, that sort of thing. So this is the comfort shit test. And the comfort shit test is interesting because similar to a value shit test, you have to hold your frame. But at the same time, you have to understand what she's saying, understand what her objection is, and actually fix it for her. So what she wants is a little more intimacy, a little more understanding, etc. So yes, I'm gonna hold my frame. Yes, I'm gonna just not crack and be oh, I'm sorry, I fucked up. Oh, do you still like me? Anything like that. But at the same time, after I hold my frame, I am going to be more understanding and understand where she's coming from, right? She's coming from a place of I like you, but I want comfort. So that's what I need to do a lot more of going forward. Selling secrets about me?
No.
Yes. Do you guys know all my secrets now?
I actually already do know all your secrets.
Do you know all my secrets? Have you been stalking me?
I work.
You work. All right, let's go back this way and see what we can find. Come. Tell me all about your stock.
I'm just letting you know.
We're not doing anything, you and I. You know this. We're gonna have a platonic.
How long are you in San Francisco?
How long am I in San Francisco? As long as I want to be, I told you.
I don't know what that means. I was like, dude, my friend right here, he can lay the pipe.
You can lay the pipe? Did you really just say that? I did. I think I might love you right now. You really just said that. Are you kidding me? You must be joking. You know what? It makes me just relax, chill, relax. Stand up straight, tall. Be my little soul. Be daddy's little soldier for a second. All right. When you say that, it's so ridiculously sexy. I can't even tell you. You have no idea. Because I'll be real with you. Like, I'm from LA, right? In LA, beautiful girls die in the desert. And you're very cute. You are very cute. But what really does it for me is someone who I enjoy talking to, enjoy like interacting with, and like enjoy like their energy and their vibe. Because like I said, beauty in LA, whatever.
Blah blah.
So the laying pipe comment was just like so cool. No idea. So what you're seeing here is actually a great example of how to do qualification the right way. See, what a lot of guys do is they get the girl attracted and they're like, okay, now I need to qualify her. I need to let her know that I like her. And they become a total fucking chode, right? They become this guy that like basically just chopped his own penis off. He's like, oh, I love you. You're so amazing. You're so great, etc. What you see here is me actually showing affection for girls, showing affection for her, showing that I like her, and actually even getting a little bit sexual with her. But doing it all from the frame of not necessarily boyfriendy, right? Now she's hinting at the boyfriendy frame. She's like, you know, how long you been in town, that kind of stuff. But what am I doing? I'm keeping it fun, keeping it upbeat, keeping it like sexual and a little bit playerish. And I'm also making it very clear that it's me approving of her. I'm the person in higher value, right? Those are two very, very important things as you go through the qualification. One is make sure to keep your frame that fun, sex-worthy guy, not like getting into provider date mode. Because if you get into that mode, she's not going to want to pull with you. She's going to want to date you and, you know, make you see her like 6 times before she sleeps with you and have you buy her shit and all that kind of stuff. You have to be very, very careful of that. So keep it sexual, avoid that frame. And also, again, when you're qualifying, you want to qualify, you want to also disqualify. Or you want to qualify, but you want to qualify in a qualified way. That's kind of a weird way of saying it, but you want to qualify, but not completely. It's like, I like you, this about you, but it's not like I've given my heart to you unilaterally no matter what. So they're two very, very important distinctions when it gets time to let the girl know you like her. And again, almost everybody messes these up. One of the biggest reasons guys don't get laid, they get the girls attracted to them, but they don't know how to go through that period of building that connection without becoming, you know, Mr. Flaccid boyfriend, no sex worthiness. I told you, we don't have to kiss tonight. We don't have to have the sex tonight. The only thing we have to do tonight is enjoy each other. And even that's optional, but it's my choice to do that.
You're totally doing it.
Enjoying you? Mm-hmm. So far. So far, so good.
I can tell you're totally enjoying it.
You're very cocky, little one.
I'm not trying to be. I just know what I know.
You know what you know? Mm-hmm. Really? So what you've just seen here is a great example of seeding the poll and framing the poll. And this is super, super critical, right? If you set it up to mean the right things, i.e. she won you over, it's fun, it's not a foregone conclusion that you're gonna have sex, those kind of things, it's gonna make the poll a lot easier, right? Next, what you're gonna see is me actually orchestrating the poll, actually sort of talking her into what the game plan is, kind of selling her on what we're gonna do. And the big thing here that I see guys do wrong is they'll just drop it all at once. They'll just be like, oh, having a conversation, flirting a little bit, hey, let's go do this thing right now, right here. It's a lot at once, and it's kind of like you're just putting it all out there, and if you hear no, you've kind of like, you have to go all the way back to the drawing board and start over. What you want to do instead is sell the poll in little bits. So what you do is you suggest a little part of the poll and you gauge her reaction. If her reaction's really good, you'll go a little further, sell a little more. If her reaction's bad, you're gonna back off and not go with it, right? So you're gonna see that process where I'm gonna like essentially suggest the way that we're gonna leave the club together, but I'm gonna do it in little increments and I'm gauging her reaction the whole way. And it turns out her reaction in this case is quite positive, so it goes relatively smoothly. If someone who you enjoyed suggested a fun random adventure to you, would you be willing to partake in said adventure?
Yeah, what is it?
Was that a yes, what is it?
Yeah.
All right, so my friend we have this little like portable fort that we take to clubs, and we like to go hang out in it with people who we enjoy, have drinks, talk.
Wait, it's a portable fort at clubs?
Huh?
It's a portable fort at clubs?
Yes.
I don't get it.
Huh?
I don't get it.
Technically, this is a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's your fort?
Where's my fort? I'll show you if you'd like.
I would.
Would you like to? Okay, I'll take you.
Right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Actually, hang on. I need to get the key to the fort. Hang on. 1 second. I need the key.
I don't know where it is though.
Oh, Jeff, where?
Oh, right now it's up and around. Go to 17 to turn right.
Up to 17, turn right? Okay, let's go.
It's not a car.
No. Not quite. It's a fort. You'll see.
Wait, I have
You'll
to
like
pee.
it. You have to pee? Okay. Can you go? Will you go quickly?
Yeah. I think it's a car.
It's more than a car.
It's like a minivan.
Something like, but it's not like a van. You'll see.
You're trying to hook up with me in it.
I'm trying to hang out with you. And if you don't want to see it, you don't have to. I just want to hang out with you. But you said you wanted to see the fort, so I want to show you the fort. All right, so what you saw here was her being very, very willing to go with me as long as the premise seemed fun and not one where I had an agenda or was being tricky or sneaky or whatever, right? So she was totally willing to go with me. It's a portable fort that we take to clubs. Of course, there I'm talking about Jeff's consensual sex in the missionary position for the sole purpose of reproduction van. But as I go over, well, I did two things wrong, right? So I got her completely down to go with me, but I did two things wrong. Thing number one was I didn't have the keys for the van. Right? I didn't have the way to get into it, and I also didn't know where it was parked. So instead of it being a smooth process, she's like, let's go right now. Instead of me just being able to walk her out and go, I had to go find out who had the key, get the key, find out where it was. And in that process, she overheard van, etc. And so all of a sudden she's like, wait, what is this, right? And so here it's a breach of trust. So she was totally down to go on an adventure with me, but as soon as there's any kind of shadiness or manipulation, seeming stuff, or it seems like I have an agenda or anything like that, or it seems like I was like being like not completely 100% above board about anything, now she's like, wait, not so much okay with it. So what's gonna happen is she goes to the bathroom, she comes back out and she's still really, really into me, super, super into me, but now she's taken on more of the frame of, you need to take me on a date. You need to take me on a date, we need to get to know each other, I don't wanna just have sex, I want more from you, because she really likes me. But again, the same issue before as with the name, where it's a lack of trust. She likes me, but she needs more trust, she needs more comfort. And so up to this point, I think it was something like 20, 25 minutes and we were ready to go, it would have been a pull. But because I made the mistake, now it ends up being something like maybe 45 more minutes to correct that mistake. So it almost like triples the length of what ended up happening. It almost triples the length that it took me for a good result to happen and made it much, much, much trickier. This is why it's so important to not make mistakes in your game. It's much better to go slow, dot your I's, cross your T's, not make mistakes. It will actually get you there faster than if you rush and make mistakes. And it's also very, very important to just be utterly and totally congruent in everything you're doing. In this case, it's not completely my fault I was incongruent, because someone else was incongruent for me because they told a different story than my story. But that said, yeah, congruence matters. The girl's perception of what's going on matters. As we go forward, you're gonna see this little thing on the bottom that says comfort building, boring but necessary. It's because like a lot of times if I've shown this footage in the past, I don't even necessarily show it, or I kind of buzz through it. But I do want you guys to see it, because a lot of people do ask, how do you build comfort? What's that process like? So I want you to see at least a little glimpse of it. I'm not gonna go into like the full 45 minutes because you'd probably like fall asleep, but I do want you to see a little bit of what that process is, and I want you to understand kind of what happened and why it was necessary to get into it. So with that said, let's look at that segment.
I will go on an adventure with you, but not tonight.
You would what?
I'll go on an adventure with you, but not tonight.
Will you stay and hang out with me tonight?
Right now, right here.
Okay.
But if you want to go on a real adventure, not tonight.
Going on a real adventure? Okay. No Indiana Jones tonight. No Temple of Doom and dodging rocks and taking people's hearts out and stuff.
That's right.
So you better not take my heart out tonight, okay?
I think I've already taken it.
I have no response.
You and your Volcom. Is this Volcom? Well, you've clearly gotten mine because I've been hanging out with you all night.
Thank you.
Which is like a total investment, because you see all the guys here I could be talking to?
Honestly, woman, you're not missing out on much.
Not later tonight, but later tomorrow.
Maybe, but not really.
I'm sorry, I'm not doing late night with you tonight.
I'm doing right now.
Exactly.
I'm doing right now with you, okay? All right, come. All right. not your baby.
You're my baby. I'm not your baby.
So wait, are you trying to tell me that you own me?
A little bit.
So if you own me, that means you can do anything you want with me.
That means that you're not allowed to talk to anybody else here.
Even if I'm helping my friends?
Unless you're helping your friends. And not to help yourself.
Not to help myself. Be like yelling at me and all angry and like be writing like I like you on my arm or something.
Or like fuck you.
Fuck me. Well, much as I enjoy that thought, I've already told you we're not doing that tonight. But
I think I told you we're not doing that tonight.
okay, well in any case, it's been made clear that we're not doing that yet. But I like the fact, even though we're not gonna have the sex tonight, and even though we're not gonna do anything too intimate and enticing, I like the fact that we like each other. I enjoy the look in your eyes when you look at me. It pleases me greatly. And yeah, it's best that we don't have, you know, the crazy, wild, impetuous, incredible, unprotected, crazy sex tonight or anything like that.
We're
But I
not
still
doing
like,
anything
but I
tonight.
still like. What if one time I put a blindfold on you and I touched you and teased you and caressed you in a slow, gentle, intriguing manner?
I'm not
And the
doing
whole
this.
time, what? All right, so now what you see is we're kind of back to where we were before. I spent a bunch of time, built comfort, and now I'm starting that whole disqualifying, seeding the pull, sexualizing it a little bit. I'm starting that process again. Now I'm doing it even slower this time around. It's actually funny because we've known each other longer, and it should be easier, but because there was that breach of trust, what happened very quickly the first time, it's even a slower process the second time. But you see, it's almost a carbon copy of what you saw earlier on. So it's that same process again and again. And then what you're gonna see here is a lot of comfort shit tests, a lot of her testing me to see if I'm genuine. And I passed that through one of two means. One way that I passed that you'll watch is that I hold my frame and then I listen to her and give her more comfort and give her more of a sense that I really like her. The other thing that I'll do, because she's really bought in and really likes me, is sometimes I'll do a physical takeaway. So for example, if we're hugging, there'll be a point where we're hugging and she's gonna say something and I'm gonna just drop my hands and lean against the wall. And just by taking away the physicality, that's my way of passing it, because I'm essentially calling her bluff. She's saying, oh, I don't like you because of this. I know she likes me. I don't have to prove it to her. I just take away my attention, and it feels so uncomfortable to lose my attention that she'll apologize or come back or try and revalidate herself. So that's another great way to pass the comfort shit test. So one is hold your frame, but understand and sympathize and give her what she's actually looking for once you've proven you can hold your frame. The other is do kind of like a soft takeaway, all right? Just kind of call her bluff. So those are the two techniques you're gonna see me do a bit of as we go forward passing the shit tests.
I'm only talking to you because there's no other girls in this bar to talk to.
I think I've demonstrated amply that that's not the case.
Luckily for you, I do not have a boyfriend.
Lucky for me? I feel very lucky. I feel blessed, in fact.
I have a husband.
That's okay. I'm okay with that, because if he's a husband, you're probably tired of him by now.
I'm so over him. The sex is so lame.
Yeah, that's cool. I promise you, whatever may come tonight one way or another, worst case, I will look after you and make sure that you get home safe. Whether it means getting you in a taxi or whatever it means, I will take care of you, okay? You are in my care. Does that make you feel safe at all?
No.
That's not even nice. I was being like sincere and genuine and honest with you. And that's not even nice. Come on, we're gonna find a friend for him. Let's go.
Oh.
I won't put my tongue down here. I'll reserve my tongue for other places.
Okay, great. I have to let you know from the beginning. I don't want anything in my ear, and honestly, I don't want anything in my butt.
Okay. No ear sex. Okay, got it.
Those are my two.
Such a good start with keeping me interested.
I know, but I don't really want to keep going. I'd rather just like let it end on that high note.
I was giving you a chance to end on the high note.
That was my high note.
No, but I mean, I thought you were gonna like make a dramatic exit or something.
Oh, right.
Oh, right. I might be able to hang out with you one day. That's possibly. But right now, I want to hang out with you now, and I want to hook up my boy. Okay, so right here, this is key. So I'm just walking around. I actually wasn't even thinking about pulling right now. I was just walking her around because, getting to the boot camp students and whatnot. And thankfully I had Jeffy there, so he was actually like handling the students a little bit for me for a second. But I was just gonna go relieve him of his duties again. But then when I'm walking with her and she goes, "I'm following you," that to me says, I will go home with you. I will follow your lead. I will go wherever you lead me. It's sort of a case of listen to what the girl's saying, right? I have this philosophy that I've probably said to you a lot of times, which is the girl will tell you how to sleep with her. Here she's telling me I'm ready to be pulled. And so I changed my plan. I was walking back into the bar. I'm like, yeah, I know, cool. And then I would just walk her out of the bar. She would see me just like take that as I'm following you as, okay, we're leaving. I give her a mild justification and then we're just out the door and on our way. Para allá.
Did they leave?
Huh?
Did they leave?
I don't know. Let's check. I'm not sure where they went.
And it was 14-year anniversary.
That's coming out.
So nice and cool.
It's so good in here.
It does. This reminds me of where I live, actually, or where I used to live. So a couple of days ago, graffiti everywhere. Loveliness.
Wait, are your friends this way? Did your friends leave?
I don't know. They're parked this way, so I'm gonna check on them. We'll see. And then I'll head back. I'm glad I met you tonight.
You are?
Yes, actually.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how glad are you?
What kind of a question is that? So obviously now we're good. We left the club, etc. We're on our way to Jeffy's little vehicle, and things are going swimmingly. All right. But note out of this set, very, very key lesson. First of all, note all how I see the pull, how I go about the pull, that kind of stuff, and how I frame it in little bits. But also note how much of a difference it makes when you fuck up. How much of a difference when you raise a red flag or do something that breaks trust, that kind of stuff, right? Again, what would have been like a 20, 25 minute pull ends up being over an hour. So it literally like tripled the length of time it took and made me have to go through way more obstacles, made it way more difficult, way more opportunities to mess it up, all because of one little slip up. So it's very important. Take your time, be slow, dot your I's, cross your T's, and understand there are critical moments in the set. It's not important that you get every single moment of the set properly. It's not that you don't make any mistakes ever. It's just there are certain critical moments, right? The moment you pull is critical. The moment you open is critical. The moment new people come into the set is critical. The moment you're closing, critical, whatever. If there's a big distraction or big event that happens in the club, how you handle that, critical, right? Handle the critical moments well. Be very, very diligent and meticulous about that. You can make a lot of mistakes in the little just conversational stuff, and you can lose a little attraction here and lose your frame a little bit there, but those critical moments make a massive difference. And when you fuck up in a critical moment, it triples the length of time it takes you to get success, or sometimes just ruins it entirely and keeps you from getting success. So understand that. Also understand this stuff I did in order to keep the playerish frame even as I'm building comfort, right? It didn't go full boyfriendy. I didn't go full chode date mode, because then I wouldn't have been able to pull. All right, so it's a great set, amazing lessons, and I think it's really good because you're seeing my game a little more raw. So it's a little more obvious what I'm doing. So really, really good. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you next month.